Wii Wonders!
Welcome, wonderful watchers, to Wii Wonders, a Wii game review series by me, Souldin of the Grin Brothers. This episode will cover the Wii game TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a platforming beat-em-up action game developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. Let's begin playing then. It's Waggle time!
Story time!
1, 2, 3, 4. You likely know these turtles from one of their many adaptations. If you don't, then TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is, shell-shockingly, about 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and their rat father sensei, Master Splinter. Usually the tales of this family involves them facing off against the Foot Clan leader, Shredder, but in the story of the 2007 movie this game is based on, he's dead! Just already dead. Though flashbacks allow Shredder to make his required mandatory appearance. As to the specific plot of this game, all 4 turtles have strayed, and a narrating Master Splinter has gone incredibly quiet. Each turtle is off doing their own thing. Raphael, for instance, has adopted a secret persona, the Night Watcher, where he goes about doing his usual vigilante stuff, but now alone and in armour. Oh, he did the disappearing thing? Oh wait, no, he's just over there. Okay, that's a little less dramatic when he's just right round the corner, you know? On the day the brothers do reunite, monsters appear. Now the 4 turtles must investigate the mystery of the sudden statue monster attacks, and what it has to do with the billionaire Winters and his hiring of their old foe, the Foot Clan. With no April, no Casey, a Karai who is always off screen and significantly less monsters, this is a very abridged version of the TMNT movie. Key scenes are absent and smaller moments are expanded upon with creative level choices and comic book styled artwork harkening to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles' roots. It makes for a messy story that glazes over details and rushes through points, with the odd stuttering movie clip thrown in. That said, it also does boast fun narration and banter at the start and throughout levels to push the plot along, accompanied by some amusing expressions on the character portraits.
Instruction time!
These turtles control like Persian princes, with acrobatic talent swiftly performed with simple actions. A control stick used to move becomes a wall run when angled to the wall, and combined with the jump using A button allows for a wall jump. You grab onto a pole by jumping into it, swing off said pole with another tap of the A button, and can choose to tap the A button in the air for a double jump. The plus button pauses, but the B button has multiple turtle-related uses. Pressing B button on the ground has you a turtle swap between brothers, whereas pressing B in the air has you brother throw, allowing you to cross large gaps. Meanwhile, holding the B button down in combat has you perform super family attacks, unless you're the solitary Night Watcher, who instead activates his bloodlust and righteous fury with taps of the B button. The Z button over on the nunchuck also works differently, whether in combat or not. In battle it's your defend and dodge, but outside of combat it's used for individual turtles' talents, whether that be Leonardo teleporting through fences or Donatello bow vaulting to his doom.
When the ceiling is too low, use your bow staff to cross over to the other side of a gap. When the ceiling is too low, use your bow staff to cross over to the other side of a gap.
I've even had a few opportunities to try out my new aerodynamically enhanced bow staff.
Oh, whoops, didn't even see
When
the
the
gap there.
ceiling is too low, use your bow staff to cross over to the other side of a gap.
Aside from with family attacks, dealing damage is a motion-sensing matter, shaking the Wii Remote for standard attacks and shaking the nunchuck to use guard-breaking kick attacks. You can also charge up your attacks, holding the nunchuck sideways to prepare a kicking flurry, or holding the Wii Remote sideways for a warp slash attack. The simple actions work for the simple attacks, allowing the player to press the jump and defend buttons with ease. That said, it is also very easy to accidentally tilt your Wii Remote or nunchuck a little too much to the side and begin charging an attack you never meant to use. Aside from shaking the remote whilst in the air to ground pound, or to escape from poisonous ooze or gas, the other motion control mechanics are reserved for the Wii exclusive minigames. Each minigame presents different controls you have to use, explained purely with visuals and no text explanation. You'll be twisting remotes to steer and waggling up and down to run faster. The common ground is the motion sensing action.
Action time!
Surprisingly, this TMNT game is a single-player game where you'll be performing platforming parkour or beating up crowds of grunts in linear levels or cyberverse challenge rooms. In the main play mode, you'll progress through story-driven levels as either just one of the turtles, like in the case of the first 5 levels in the Lone Wolf Nightwatch escapades, or as a mix of the turtles. Whether it's militia-filled jungles or loose electrical brimming sewers, your objective is to jump and run to the end of the level. There are lasers and sticky ooze to contend with, but the biggest obstacle is your acrobatic skills and the shifting camera. Many vast gaps need to be crossed, and sometimes in a timely manner, and you're sure to fall down a fair few times. You think you're lined up for a wall run, but it turns out the camera was angled slightly differently, or you discover you're closer to a wall than you had before, and start climbing a wall you shouldn't.
I knew that would happen. Now I've lost all my rage. Which is ironic, because this just makes me angrier.
The Turtles' knockdown counter will tally up, but thankfully this is a forgiving game, with plenty of checkpoints and no live system to worry about. You'll lose time, which will affect your score at the end of a level, but this too is forgiving, and you can compensate for poor time by finishing with plenty of health, finding the numerous amount of coins in a level, or proficiently beating enemies in combat. Combat is the other half to these packed levels, where at various points in a level you'll be locked into a location and have to fire off waves of ninjas and punks. Some will have defensive weapons, some will snipe at you with bows or guns. Regardless, you have to beat them all to move on. To spice up the simple attack inputs of this game is the star meter system. It's a skill rewarding system where managing to take down 10 enemies in a row without being hit grants you the mega attack state. In this state, you're able to get rid of foes with a single hit, and can persist in this state if you keep taking down foes swiftly and gaining new stars. My common strategy was to take down many foes with the crowd-controlling family attacks, enter Mega Attack mode, and then zip around to each opponent quickly with the Warp Slash. The Night Watcher cannot enter Mega Attack mode, but has the superior Bloodlust, a meter that fills as enemies are defeated. It can be activated on command and doesn't disappear once hit. I suppose this is to compensate for the Night Watcher's lack of meditation, a method to heal yourself slowly by standing idle. He's just too angry to meditate, screen clearing explosively so if you get that Bloodlust bar to full. The enemy variety isn't vast, and boss fights are few in number, but the on-your-toes nature of avoiding hits and using family attacks to turn fallen foes into coins adds a nice rhythm to combat. The platforming is more varied in the obstacles it has you overcome, and the 2D segments, often in burning buildings, worked well. And this platforming truly gets its chance to shine in the challenge mode, pitting you in obstacle courses where speedy completion rewards you with up to 3 turtle shell coins. The fun of these challenges isn't just in pulling off precise jumps, but also finding sneaky shortcuts to reach the goal quicker, with even the camera struggling to keep up with you. On a completely different style of gameplay, but still rewarding, shell coins, are the mini-games. There's 4 of these motion control activities, and with 2 or 3 different and harder variations, except for Michelangelo's. Sorry, Mikey. His, Donatello's and Raphael's minigames are all about reaching the end of the goal with differing ways to control your speed and movement. Leonardo's, meanwhile, is a light gun game with shurikens and a strange use of nunchuck waggling to throw said shurikens. My preference was for the quick-to-the-point, flipping sides and blunt sides minigame of Raphael's, but they're each different and swift experiences to enjoy as a brief distraction. Plus, you get those turtle shell coins, which are used to purchase various bonuses. In artworks and videos, you can unsurprisingly unlock artwork and videos. From stuttery movie clips and screenshots to interesting dives into concept art and level designs, and from funny clips to the terrifying for some reason. You can also get excited for upcoming toys. Well, they have probably long since come out. Probably hard to obtain nowadays. The more entertaining use of your shell coins comes from the goodies mode, where you can unlock funny giant heads and silly weapons with sillier sounds. It's like an old school cheat code. If you don't have enough shell coins, you can also gain up to 5 per level by replaying completed levels. They are transparent and unobtainable on a first run, but a second go allows you to collect them as well as to aim for a better score. Graphically, the game isn't great, though certainly better than the blurring opening sizzle reel would have you believe. The comic book styled sequences do look good, and the level designs are decent, especially with varying up repeating locations, but it's often the movie time clips that look the worst. Some characters can be quiet and others repetitive with their voice lines, but banter between the Turtles is often humorous, with the narrated story framework allowing even more interactions between them.
Ending time.
Waggle time is over, and the 2 questions left to answer are as follows. What are my overall thoughts on this game, and who do I recommend this game for? TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles could have been frustrating. It could have been boringly simple. Yet it manages to avoid these issues with forgiving retries and understandable, rewarding combat mechanics. Sure, it means the lone turtle levels are less fun with their lack of well-timed family attacks, but even they still boast brilliant obstacle courses to overcome. The story is a mess though, could barely understand what was going on. As for who I would recommend this game for, most definitely kids and newer gamers. It may be short, but it's sweet with great comedy of dialogue and bonus costumes to go along with its pick up and play gameplay. And again, fast loading respawns and generous scores aid in its accessibility. Those scores, replay only turtle shell coins, and stat tracker also makes it well suited to a completionist mindset. They will enjoy scouring through levels for the collectibles and smile with satisfaction at every ticked checkbox. Said scores and the sequence-breaking speedrunning potential of the game's special challenges also suit the competitive arcade gamer mentality and, as said, speedrunners. Whether you choose to play the Wii Wonder that is TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is up to you. But either way, I hope you enjoy this review and thank you for watching. Yeah, okay, so the Turtles knocked out is pretty much all from falling down. I don't think I died in combat once, it's all just falling off cliffs sort of thing. Although, to be fair, the boss battle, the final boss was very close, because that's a right gauntlet. Rather cruel for a game that appeals to kids to, you know, track your fails, your failed team attacks, your failed team throws, you know? I've apparently failed a lot more challenge maps than I expected. They are a lot of fun though. Oh, tracks also the playtime separately. No, nothing to track the minigame though, so...
Thank you for watching. Cheerio.